Thousands of us who love Jerry Connolly are mourning a terrible loss. And he's a singular figure in our community who had just an incredible, immeasurable impact.
Democrats served the region for decades, first on the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors and later in the U.S. House of Representatives.
His impact here especially was just incredible. You can go to any corner of our community and see the progress that he made happen.
Jerry lived by the ethos of bloom where you are planted. His legacy now colors our entire region.
From the Oakton Library that he got built as Providence District Supervisor to the Mosaic District in Merrifield, the Silver Line Metro extension, which he championed for decades, and the Jerry Connolly Cross County Trail, which covers all of Fairfax County from north to south, 40 plus miles.
1 in 3 federal workers is a veteran.
He championed federal workers, government reform, and international affairs.
And he's somebody who put every fiber of his being, his body, his soul, his mind, his spirit into serving this community.
For people in our community who are unhoused, people who are impoverished, people who are struggling with mental illness or addiction. He was their voice and their champion throughout his career.
Fairfax County Supervisor James Walkinshaw worked with Connolly as his chief of staff in Congress for 11 years.
He made it a lot of fun, and even on the darkest, most difficult days, which you get a lot of those in government and politics, his wit and humor and ability to find the humanity in the work that we did made it a little bit easier, and that's something I will always treasure.
What do you think he'll be remembered most for and his proudest accomplishment out of everything that he was able to do?
He was very proud, and rightfully so, of his service as a president of the NATO Parliamentary Assembly. You know, he's somebody who went from working locally in his neighborhood civic association to the Fairfax County Board of Supervisors to Congress, and then operating very effectively on the world stage at NATO, helping to repair and rebuild our transatlantic alliance in recent years.
What drove him? What was his passion?
He studied for the Catholic priesthood, and I think he brought a pastoral element to his work in public service. He really felt like he, as a leader in the community, had a duty to serve all of us.
Back in the early 2000s, Fairfax County needed some help providing shelter and food to unhoused people. So Burke United Methodist Church opened its doors. And you know, that first night, they had about 50 people stay with them. And this went on every winter for a few years. Until at one point, somebody complained about the food and questioned whether or not the kitchen inside was up to state code. Jerry Connolly was chair of the board at that time. He was facing pressure from the community, from the local health department, from the state health department. But he put his foot down, and he said the county would continue to work with these churches because he didn't want to put dozens of families out on the street in the cold.
It told me that this was a man of principle.
Judith Fender was deacon of the church back then.
Who believed what his faith taught him, that you care for the lost, you care for the poor, that you make a difference in public service. That just gave you a measure of a man who was true to what he said he was.
Walkinshaw, who was Congressman Connolly's chief of staff for 11 years and called it a great honor. He describes Connolly as a singular figure for Northern Virginia in terms of the impact he had on politics and government.
His absence will leave a hole in our hearts, but we are proud that his life's work will endure for future generations.
But he will be remembered most for his principles and compassion.